Okay, so I'm not going to give individual names of people we've dealt with or those type of things. This is just to serve as a review for our family. I have a big family. I've got it's myself, my wife. We're self-employed. Well, we're kind of self-employed. We're kind of dual self-employed. And then we have 4 children. And my mother has now moved up here to live fairly close to us. So we've got a fairly large family, a lot going on in life. And a friend of mine came to me a couple years ago, Bill, and known Bill since college. We went to Oral Roberts University together. And so, when all of the ACA, the Affordable Health Care Act, and Obamacare and those things were coming out, all of us were looking at, what options we had to have our own health care. And we settled based on some references and referrals. We settled on Liberty Healthshare. And I've got to tell you, when I asked the questions of the people who made the referral, they really had not used it. I think all of us have fairly healthy lifestyles. A lot of people deal with things in their life they don't plan to. We're dealing with, my mother's dealing with some things now, but she's not on our plan. She has her own health care. She's almost 78. And we really spent a lot of time looking at the healthcare options. And my wife in particular is great at details. I love my wife. She's so good at making decisions. And so we chose like almost the top plan that we could get with Liberty Healthshare. I forget exactly how much it was. And then just she and I had it for a while, and then we ended up adding our kids on to Liberty Healthshare sometime later. It cost us about $500 a month, something like that. And so we really don't have health issues. There are certain things that you get, like a health checkup. I forget exactly what it's called, but you're allowed one health checkup a year, and that's covered. But I never used it. Maybe a few things submitted here or there. But here's why we just dropped Liberty Healthcare. I understand they're going through a lot of changes. Everybody has changes with regards to software updates, database updates. We actually run and own an IT company, and so we're familiar with the drudgery and the pain that goes along with that. We've got several thousand customers of our own, and every time we make a change, I got to tell you, it's difficult. But my wife went for a regular healthcare checkup the end of the year last year, sometime in November. And she submitted that for a reimbursement, which is supposed to be 100% reimbursement, I think. It got lost, basically. And so then the bills kept coming from the doctor. Without putting you through too much of the details, because there's a lot of details, we spent approximately 6 to 10 hours between the two of us on the phone just trying to get an answer out of Liberty Healthshare. If you call them, there is a recording that says, hey, please be patient with us as we update the system. But again, I understand that. I've got a lot of compassion for people going through upgrades, but this was November. Now we're in April. I started a week and a half ago asking for a refund for my premiums for part of this year. We've never gotten paid. It's never been processed correctly. We've been on hold for 6 to 10 hours in total. And when you call in, you had better plan on being on hold for a half hour or more. You will not be able to speak to a live person in any reasonable amount of time to get help. And so, and listen, I'm not bashing. I'm being honest. We wanted to find and support a Christian-run, Christian-based company because we're Christians. However, I've got to tell you, we've gone and gotten a healthcare. We don't have any confidence in Liberty Healthshare's ability to answer, pick up the phone, do the payouts they're supposed to, process correctly, and you can't get a hold of them. And I have emailed a manager at Liberty Healthshare now a couple of times and said, look, I'm going to do a review on the company if you all cannot give us an answer. And so this is my answer. Done with Liberty Healthshare. I will never go back. I highly recommend that if you are looking at health insurance, that you look somewhere else besides Liberty Healthshare. If you don't use them, it's fine, but then why do you have to have the insurance, right? So anyway, and I understand it's a Healthshare plan, but we have our own plan now, and it's not Liberty Healthshare. And I highly recommend that if you are considering them, that you look elsewhere. Have a great day.